right, babies. It's that time again. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, babies. We are in Amos 5. In Amos 5, we have God warning Israel of his coming judgment. And he refers to it as the day of the Lord. And he says, why are some of you looking forward to the day of the Lord? Because it's going to be nasty. Because you're not going to find any shelter from my judgment. Wow. Again, I'm not really sure about that coming from God, because we have Jesus who has shown us the very essence of God, which is mercy and love and going to the nth degree to get our attention and give us all that we need. I have trouble squaring that with these wild, nasty judgment scenarios. However, to me it is feasible to think of God in the light of Jesus, that he would allow his people to undergo servitude to a foreign power, like another country, and for example, the captivity that they experience, just as a natural consequence of, I've given you everything, I've demonstrated my faithfulness to you, you still are not taking care of the poor, you're still not living a life of justice, you're still not seeking me that you might live. So therefore, the consequences of that is for you to be subject to someone else's rule. That I can understand, because I've kind of gone through that in my own life, where, I've developed kind of my own understanding of God, and thinking it's satisfactory, and if God wants to lead me differently, he'll just let me know. And that's gotten me into being subject to other rulers, let's put it that way. So in that sense, I think it's a useful pattern. And in saying that, I guess what I need to do is explain the difference between trusting God and forgetting about God. trusting God is an active faith relationship where continual communication and desire is unceasing. And forgetting about God is, I'm using that term loosely, is like saying, well, you're God and you know what I need, so you're just going to give it to me. You see the difference? One is an active pursuit, and one is sort of a passive expectation. And I think there's a fine line of deception there, and I think that's where I've gotten into trouble, and you might be in trouble. And so I'm trying to encourage you to actively pursue your relationship with God and try to discover what it is that's missing in your relationship with Him, and stop at nothing until you receive the peace, joy, love, comfort, direction, intimacy, communication you and He desire. Yeah, baby. So when you're doing that, you don't have to worry about, oh, when is the day of the Lord coming? Because you'll be protected against it. These images of God removing His protection is when there's been a decision to not tend to the things of God. So as long as you're prioritizing staying in step with Him, doing the things you know to be true and good, like loving others, serving others, then you're fine. And you'll see it. You'll feel it in your spirit. You'll feel good, and you'll feel His presence, and you won't worry about the future because you know you are in His hands. And even more in His hands, I think it's more useful to think of the reality, which is you are one with Him. Husband, wife, one. Or should I even say husband, one, and wife, one? Could be. But in any case, when two are joined together, let no man put them asunder. And that's how God is with us. He is passionately desiring intimacy with us. So as long as maintaining that is your priority, even if you mess up, you do this, you do that, we don't need to name those things. But you continue to understand you're under grace, accepting God's forgiveness and love and living in you by His Spirit because of you honoring His greatest gift of Jesus to us, then you will experience that oneness and you will taste heaven here. And you won't worry about the day of the Lord, because it just might be He uses you and your witness to the truth as a sign of judgment against those who continue to refuse to honor God. Oh yeah, baby.